Hello, I'm Zorab and this is Byther Farm, and today I'm going to try and create a table from pallets to keep some plants on. So I want to clear as much of this as I can, and then I've got a long pallet to come along here. Now if I can't clear this, I will create the table around it, and then I'll get Mr. J to help me clear it afterwards, which might be the better option. I've just been joined by Monty. Hello lovely. Hello. How are you? Are you joining me this morning? Hello. Hello young man. How are you doing? I'd call him young man, he's not actually. We worked out yesterday that he is coming up to 12 years old. So far from a young man, he's an old boy really. So what I've got to make this table out of is a very long pallet with some wood pieces across the back of it, and then some other bits that I thought we could use as uprights. So here's what I'm going to use as the tabletop, and the idea is to have some legs, 3 sets of legs attached to it, and then I'll be able to sand it up and use it here. There are plants that have grown through the fencing. I think I'm going to have to leave those and train them up and over again. That will be okay. So my next thing to do is to find the legs and see how I can attach them on the back. This will be made using my usual trial and error method. I'll share my thinking with you so you know why I'm doing what I'm doing when I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. I've got 2 of these offcuts of pallet. They're really good quality wood, they're really sturdy. And so my thinking was, if I fix one of these to each end, that might work. And I've got a slightly shorter one, which I'm hoping will fit in the middle. Here goes nothing. So my theory is I can fit each one of these as a table leg to this 3x2, or maybe it's even a 4x3 actually. It's a pretty chunky piece of wood. If I fit it like this, that would allow me to then put extra pieces of wood on these supports and make shelves on the underneath for storage if I wanted them. That would make sense. So I'm now just going to go and get my drill and my screwdriver and some screws, and we'll have a play. And now I'm going to try and screw that leg onto that bit of wood. Wish me luck. I've got the legs on at both ends. I've propped the support in the middle while I decide how I'm going to fix that. The table has got a slope quite dramatically towards this end, so I need to raise it up here and try and lower it down. Then I can move some of the gravel out of the way there, which I've done a little bit, and I need to I think put some wooden blocks under this to raise it up a bit. But my main problem is that it rocks and that's because there are no cross braces going across the back to support it. So somehow I need to fix this so there isn't a chance of it tipping over and collapsing. And I'm exploring in my head ways of doing that. The ducks are just over here having a lovely time. So I'm going to think on this again. I'm also waiting for a delivery which should be here any moment now. So I will carry on thinking and we'll come back to this shortly. Well, it's now much later in the day. We're getting clouded over and the sun is beginning to think about going down, but what a day of achievement. I am so pleased with how much I have finally got done. So the table is up. It needs a few adjustments, but that's always how I work. So at the moment it has quite a jaunty slant to it, so I think we're going to have to put some blocks of wood under the legs at one end just to level it out, but at the moment it feels quite solid. It doesn't feel like it's going to be tipping anywhere. I've had a conversation with Mr. J about it and we both agree it definitely does need the diagonal braces across the back of the legs, so we will pull it out of the space it's in and get that done in the next week or so. Mr. J's actually got a week off work now, so I've been saving up lots of little jobs for him to do. Hopefully he won't watch this video, so he won't know, but I have lots of jobs planned for him. And the other thing that we've done is to get up the last of the wood chips that were on a tarpaulin here, which the tree surgeon brought us in November when he couldn't access the front orchard because of the great big hole in the ground. That was where we thought we had a sinkhole. It turned out it wasn't a sinkhole, it was a washout where a water leak, a burst main had washed the ground away underneath and it all collapsed in. So he couldn't get his tractor over to the orchard to put the wood chips, so he dumped them here. It was 2 huge trailer loads. So I've finally got the last of those moved. I've just got this little bit of tidying up to do, but you know, job well done. I'm really pleased with this. And the other thing that's happened today is I have taken delivery of a great big pile of compost. This is a soil improver made from green waste by a farm not too far away. It's all covered over now. I have used some of it. Ducks have come to see me. I've used some of it already. We've now got it covered over because we are due to have rain for the next 2 days. Not solidly, but if this gets filled with water, it's going to be really heavy to move. So we've put an old tarpaulin over it, the one that was under the wood chips. And then when I want to access it, I can just do a little bit at a time and carry on using this. This pile started out as 4 cubic metres of soil improver, and I bought this using the support that I get from patrons on Patreon. So thank you to everybody who supports me there. Please know that your help really does go straight into making Byther Farm just that bit better. The ducks really have ventured out today. Let's see if I can turn, I don't know if I can turn the camera. There we go. So they've come out through their gate, which is about there, and they're working their way along. They don't usually come out very far at all. What are you doing, my lovelies? Should you be out here? I don't think you should. And I think you know that. Yes, you can shout at me and tell me off. Go on, back you go. In you go. Come on. Well, that's it for me today. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for the day, I hope it's a good one. And I also hope you'll join me again next time.